Everyone, I'm Charlie Martinez, aka Omanchos_X34, here with you with another video. Today I want to talk about a very interesting topic with you guys. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of this topic before, or some of you other autistic accounts or YouTubers mentioned this before, but it's always a topic that I wanted to cover. It has to do with how social media and how the media and films and everything some people portray autism in a negative light in a sense where you feel like people say a number of things autistics can't do rather than the things we can do, because people base too much on inability to what we can actually do, if you know what I mean. Because sometimes someone would say, you're autistic, so your speech will be delayed and you won't be able to learn other languages. Because growing up as a kid, my speech therapist told me I wouldn't be able to master any other language besides English because my speech vocabulary wouldn't be able to develop. But yeah, they were wrong. Learned American Sign Language, no Spanish, and English, so wrong. So when it comes to looking at autism in a negative light, I would just like to tell people on the spectrum that don't listen to what anyone else says. When someone says you can't do something, you gotta do it and press on, because it's not about proving anyone wrong or anything like that. It's about setting your barriers out and just breaking these barriers that people say that autistics can't do that, they can't do that. And we live in a new world today, a new society in which a lot of barriers and history is being made and making. And to me, I feel like if you keep looking at autism in a negative light, then you're not going to really inspire people that are diagnosed on the spectrum or kids that are grown up on the spectrum to know that they can do anything just as well as anyone else can. It's not the end of the world if you're on the autism spectrum. I just want everyone to know that, because you're unique, fantastic, and different, and there's nothing wrong with ever being different. I'm not saying being autistic is like a cakewalk. There's struggles too, and having these social difficulties in ways you're trying to socially trying to understand other people, have consideration for their emotions, and having these burnouts and meltdowns. There's major letdowns and struggles of being autistic as well, depending on, I wouldn't like to say levels, I don't like labels, but depending on your functioning level of how you deal with autism in your life, how it impacts your life, matters a lot. So I can see why people have a negative light on autism, but at the same time, you shouldn't solely focus on the negatives. This is gonna sound like I'm trying to be an optimistic here, but hey, you gotta look at the bright side in every situation. I hate to say that line, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of bad comments from using that line, but hey, it's true. You gotta look at the bright side. Even though sometimes people might be in a situation where they're not in a household where they support people that are on the spectrum, or don't credit people being on the spectrum, and which sometimes those situations are tough when you're trying to get emotional validation from people you love that you're on the spectrum. But if it means anything, you're welcome in the autism community, whatever, and I accept everyone that's on my page that comes seeking information, guidance, and acceptance about being on the autism spectrum. Even if you're not diagnosed, it's still valid, still validated that you're on the spectrum, and no matter what your case is, you're always welcome in the autism community. No matter if you're a parent, child, an autistic adult, autistic teen, no matter what circumstance. The autism community is not about being divided and using these hashtags to divide each other. I know everyone can't always be a group, as always, like we can't be united as always, but when you think about being united and being as one as a whole, I like to think of the autism community as a group of people with unique minds and a mindset of telling each other that we're going to be okay. We're just going to have to climb this mountain one step at a time, and just know that you're not going to go through this alone. That's all I got to say for today, and I hope you found this video helpful.